Good morning! So this week I am going to be doing a what I eat in a day video. I say what I eat in a day, but it's what I've been eating every single day for the last 7 weeks, and it hasn't changed at all until just recently, but I'll get to that. I'm just the kind of person where eating the same thing over and over doesn't bother me, so I mean, which is great for meal prep, but for me to have to think of new foods that are gonna fit the macros I need to hit just seems like a lot of work. I'm like, the food's good, you're not bored of it, why change it? Makes sense to me. So if you've seen, Instagram or Instagram stories, or you saw my vlogs for the last 2 weeks, you would have seen some of the food that I've already been eating. So, but now I'm gonna go through the whole day of eating. But yeah, so Monday through Friday, I do eat the same thing. Saturday's a little different because it's my cheat meal. Sundays, because I do tend to just stay home and I'm studying and not really doing anything else, I tend to not eat one of my snacks. So, but everything else is the same. I eat everything else except for one of my snacks. Like I said, I haven't changed what I've been eating at all in the last, I'll say 6 weeks, because last week, my week 7, I did end up talking with my coach. She just became my coach last week as well. I mean, she's who I wanted to be my coach, but I finally talked to her and she wanted to start making changes right now. So my whole plan that I had prepared for myself is kind of at the door at this point, which is great. I absolutely love it. I'm super excited to have who I have as my coach and that we're making changes and we're doing stuff right now. And because the meals are the same, there's just slight modifications. Because she wanted to change the macros up a bit. So I haven't really eaten anything differently. I've just modified my current meals, and I'll include those modifications as I'm showing them to you. But yeah, today is Saturday, so it is my cheat meal. So I'm gonna do my best to replicate what my normal day looks like. Instructions and ingredients will all be down below. Let's try them out. Super good, highly recommend giving them a try. I also do not have a vlogging camera, so I got this big hunk and I'm trying to hold it up with one hand. It hurts. So we're gonna get started so I can put this down. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so I am getting ready to go to the gym. Today is the day where I am weighing myself. I don't weigh myself every week just yet. I'm sure that's coming as we get closer to the show, but as of right now, I'm not doing it for my cut. I did the first 2 weeks, then 3 weeks, which is my halfway point, then another 2 weeks, which is week 7, week right now, and then in the next 3 weeks will be my week 10, and that's when I'll do my final update for my cut. I could still be in a cut with what my trainer or with my coach wants me to do. Who knows, but that's what we're doing right now. But that also means, because I'm weighing myself today, I cannot eat until I get to the gym because I do not have a scale at my house. Probably should get one, make this a lot easier. Usually what I would end up doing would be to just go to the gym and not eat and wait till I get back, but I'm having my cheat meal right afterwards. So I'm hungry now, I wanna eat. I don't wanna work out on an empty stomach again. So I'm actually going to heat up my food and then take it with me and eat it in the locker room after I've weighed myself. So what I do for breakfast every day, it is a breakfast sandwich. I got 2 of the 3 meals that I eat did come from this cookbook right here, the Bodybuilder's Kitchen. I showed this in my last what I eat in a day for that pancake recipe. The other 2 recipes that I have been using from that book have been amazing. And the first one is going to be this breakfast, is a turkey sausage patty. I say sausage, but the only ingredient is literally ground turkey, so it doesn't have what sausage usually has in it, which is great. I do meal prep all of my meals, so I have already prepped. I think I had to prep them on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week because I ran out. So I already prepped them. I did film me making them for you, so we're gonna insert that clip right now. So these are gonna be the ingredients you'll need to make the savory turkey sausage. You'll need 1 pound of 99% lean ground turkey, 1/4 cup of egg whites, 2 tablespoons of sage, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon of salt. And now we're just gonna mix until it's all evenly combined. And once it's all mixed, we're gonna take it on over to the stove. So I've already gone ahead and measured out 8 2-ounce patties, and I am currently cooking them on medium-high heat for 4 minutes on each side. So now that I have made the patties, it's time to assemble. So I like to use the 100% whole wheat English muffin as my bread. And I know I showed you guys this last week. I don't have a toaster, so I microwave my English muffin with my sausage because I like it warm. And we're just gonna heat that up for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to top that off with some Swiss cheese. And we're just gonna take this bad boy to go. Before I headed out, I wanted to share with you guys my outfit of the day, my gym outfit of the day, because I don't wear anything else apparently. These shorts are from Feed Me, Fight Me. They've gotten a little loose because of this cut. So, but I still love them, I still wear them. But yeah, Feed Me, Fight Me. What I really like about this company is 10% of the money goes back to veterans, and I'm very supportive of my veterans. So, really great company if you are looking to support. And then the top is from Absolute Progression. I actually got to meet them at an expo in Tampa, and they're really, really nice. And shirt's cute, functional. Wanted to share that with you guys. So, so I'm going to head to the gym, weigh myself, and then I'm gonna eat my breakfast. And I'll see you at my next meal. All right, so back in the gym, had a great workout. It's noon right now, a little afternoon. I think it's actually more closer to 1. Usually between like 10:30 and 12 is when I will have my next snack, which is carrots and hummus. Today is my cheat meal, so I'm actually about to go out and do that. But I also realized that I keep my hummus and carrots at work because I don't tend to eat that on the weekends. Like I said, Monday through Friday, I eat everything in my meal plan. Saturday, I change things around to include my cheat meal. Sundays, the hummus and carrots, that's the only thing I don't eat out of everything that I do. So there's no point in me bringing it home because I just never end up eating it when I'm here. So I can't show it to you, but they're the normal like baby carrots in a little individual package. And then I have the roasted garlic hummus. I just recently tried the spinach and artichoke. It was good. I liked it, I enjoyed it, I'd buy it again. But for the most part, I always get the roasted garlic hummus. So yeah, I'll usually do 2 tablespoons of the hummus, and then I'll have the pack of carrots, and that's my snack. But right now, I'm going to go meet up with David, and we are going to go do my cheat meal for the week. I will be back to tell you what I usually do for lunch. All right, I am back and ready to share with you what I usually eat for lunch. Now, out of all of the recipes that I cook, there's only 3 of them, my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 2 of them do come from that cookbook. This is the only thing that doesn't come from the cookbook, so I will include not only the ingredients, the instructions, and all that, but I'll also include a link to the website where I found this next recipe. And something else that I really, really love about this was prior to me starting this cut, all of my lunches, I've been eating chicken for lunch for half a year now, and usually I would just put it in the crock pot and then have like a different sauce if I was getting bored with it. And I did that just because it was really, really good, really easy, and I loved it. But after switching to baking, because I baked this chicken and then just the seasoning on it, it is fantastic. And I kind of don't want to go back to doing the crock pot just because it's really, really good. And I got my sister eating it, she loves it. So for those of you that did watch my Sunday vlog video, you've already seen part of this because last weekend this is the meal that I had to prep. I didn't have any leftover for the week, so I didn't have to prep it. So you've already seen part of the process, but now I'm gonna explain everything for you. 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of parsley, 2 teaspoons of olive oil, half teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of salt. And we're gonna mix that all together. And that's what your seasoning's gonna look like when it's all ready. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to beat the chicken down. I could easily look up why I need to do that. It was just part of the recipe, and I'm not gonna second guess or question why I need to hit things, you know? Why would I? I don't have a meat beater though, I don't know what it's called, but I don't have it, so I'm gonna use this juicer instead because I can. Alright, so I'm going to take my pre-made seasoning and I'm just gonna start rubbing it on both ends of the chicken, distributing it as evenly as I possibly can. Alright, so I just took this out of the oven. I'm gonna let it rest for 5 minutes. It became more aggressive as I went. After that, then I'm going to measure them out. I do 5-ounce servings, and then I'm going to separate them into my meal prep containers. I will also pair that with some riced cauliflower and broccoli mix, about a cup of it. And this is the brand that I use, Green Giant. So cauliflower, broccoli, rice, I have 1 cup of that. And that's it for my lunch. Next meal of the day is going to be snack number 2, is some protein oatmeal. This is what I have right before I head to the gym. So right when I'm about to get off work, I will eat this, head straight to the gym, and then I'm all nice and carb loaded for my workout to get a really good pump in. So this I always make the night before. I'm not planning on eating it today. I'm probably not gonna be hungry enough after my cheat meal, and my cheat meal was pretty carb heavy too. So I will make it now. You can make it and then let it sit in the fridge for 2 hours and you'll be good to go, but I like to do it overnight just so I don't have to do it in the morning when I wake up before going to work. So is that what we make it? All right, we're gonna need 1/3, I spelled some, darn it. 1/3 of Quaker oats, old-fashioned oats. Get that in there. And this is actually where the changes start. So I just put in 1/3 cup. I used to do 1/2 cup of oats. And the same is going to change for the almond milk, because the combination that worked really well for me that I really liked was equal parts milk and oats, but that's just with the protein. When I don't have the protein, that's an extra dry ingredient, I typically put less liquid in it. So, but with the protein, having equal parts the almond milk and the oats, great consistency, great taste, I love it. So I usually don't use the unsweet version, but for some reason they were out in the stores. So I guess we're using this week. I will have to recalculate my macros because it's a little less calories, and I'm not quite sure if it's less carbs and fat. I'm sure it is because of it, but yeah, I'm gonna have to recalculate, but I usually use the sweetened vanilla. Just as a heads up, this is very sweet, so if you're not really into sweet things, I would recommend going with the unsweet vanilla or just the generic unsweet almond milk, and that should take the sweetness down a lot more. We're gonna go put 1/3 cup of the almond milk, and then 1 scoop of the protein powder, in which I am using the PE Science Cake Pop protein powder. And this actually tastes pretty close to like a moist cake. So I'm gonna mix that all together and then show you the final product. Now, when I did 1/2 cup almond milk and 1/2 cup oats, the amount of liquid worked with the extra dry ingredient, but even though I lowered the oats, I still lowered the liquid amount. So this is still a little dry for me. So I'll add like a little bit more of almond milk just to get a better consistency. So yeah, just a little, then I'll mix it up, see how I like it, and keep adding if I don't. Yeah, so that little splash got it to the perfect consistency that I like. So I'm going to cap this and put it in the fridge for tomorrow. All right, so I'm back from the beach, showered, all cleaned up. Normally this would be my dinner time, but I'm still not hungry after my cheat meal, so which is fine. I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna force feed myself because I don't have to. I'm not bulking. So my dinner is usually a salmon dish with eggs and jasmine rice, but this is another meal that had to be modified after my coach changed my macros. So I will show you how to make the salmon, and then I'll show you all the rest. I'm gonna take those limes that we cut up and I'm going to place them on the foil. That's not a good one, there we go. And create a little bed for the salmon to lay on. There Okay, we're gonna take our salmon, place that on top of the lime, and with the extra lime that we didn't cut up, we're gonna squeeze some juice. And we're gonna take 2 tablespoons of chili powder and evenly distribute it over the salmon. So it's actually 2 teaspoons, but I think it's 3 teaspoons equal a tablespoon, so I just have an extra teaspoon of...
Pretty sure this is like, you've done this before, because like I just got major deja vu right now.
I mean, probably.
You saying 3 is equal to 1 tablespoon. I look at you like you've done this before.
So, yeah, 2 teaspoons of chili powder. Unless you like it super spicy.
Which I do.
But I'm white. I don't have a spice tolerance. It's fine.
It's not fine.
It's fine. 1 teaspoon of ground cilantro. And half a teaspoon of salt. I've gone ahead and sprayed the pan with some nice olive oil, and I've scrambled 1 egg. We're just gonna pour that in there. So I've gone ahead and added my 6 ounces of salmon, and I've done a little extra pepper and salt for seasoning. And there's the final product. So I used to only do 4 ounces of that salmon, but with the changes I needed more fat, so I upped it to 6 ounces of salmon. I'm still using 1 egg, that hasn't changed, but I used to use 3/4 cup of jasmine rice. But my fats went up, my carbs went down. If you saw in my protein oats, I lowered the amount of oats that I was getting because I had to lower my carbs. For this, the only thing I could do was completely take the rice out to meet the amount of carbs I needed to be at. So the rice is completely gone, eating a little more salmon, but that's the only change that I've made for my dinner, and I still love it. Still is good with more salmon. I still have a pretty decently sized meal, so I'm happy with it. And then the very last change that I've made is to my snack number 3/dessert. In my last day of eating, I showed you guys that I would eat yasso bars at the very end of the day as my treat. They had really good macros. They're a Greek yogurt frozen ice cream bar, only 100 calories, macros were really nice. I was able to find, they had these mini versions, which were 50 calories, like 9 grams of carbs. Again, really great macros. I was easily able to fit into my cut. So I was eating those, but with the 9 grams of carbs that they had, I did have to cut them out, and I still needed my fat to be a little higher. So my go-to low carb, high fat snack would be peanut butter. So I just do a tablespoon of this either before or after dinner, depending on how I'm feeling at the gym. If I have to like recook some salmon because I ran out, or I'm just really hungry and I don't want to wait, I'll do the peanut butter beforehand. Otherwise, I'll do this spoonful after dinner. So that is what I currently am eating on my cut with the modifications that I just made with my coach. And in all honesty, the food is really good. There isn't something that I am not looking forward to eating. I look forward to every single, except, well, okay, maybe the hummus. I don't look forward to the hummus, but it's not bad. I don't not enjoy it. I just don't like having to dip, whatever. I just don't like it. But everything else I enjoy eating. It tastes really great. I feel full by the end of the day. I'm pretty sure all the water consumption helps with that. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See you next week. Bye.